Right. Hello and welcome to the Curious Fijian. I'm your host, Fijian. We got no co-host today because priorities are lying somewhere else. So it's the first solo pod. The boys here, Mikey's here behind the camera, and we're just gonna roll with it. Do you know what it is with pods though? I actually like watching solo pods. I like them. I used to watch the Brendan Sharp show, and he used to just sit there with his computer guy, and he would just go through.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. But the first part of the pod, we'll do it at the start today. Obviously, we got the sponsors, Manscaped, and it's Smooth Sack Summer. If you haven't heard already, it's Smooth Sack Summer. When you're playing in the summer sun, make sure you escape from pubes to bum. That's with Manscaped, man. They love them little twists on things. But I will tell you one thing: the Lawnmower 4.0 and the Performance package is the best package on the site. It's the package that they sent us. It's the package I've been using. And do you know what the best thing for me? One of the best things for me with the package. It's the they give you the mats. Did you get the mats with your one?
Yeah.
When you got the 3.0, did you get them mats?
Yeah.
Them shaving mats are a godsend.
Yeah.
Mate, the amount of times I'm sitting over the toilet trying to not make mess and there's hairs everywhere. I literally just racked one of these mats out, stood over it, and just got to work on them boys. So the mats for me were a good addition. Obviously, the Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof, so you can go if you don't even want to do it outside and you're not working with. But if you're working with a big old bush, surely you can't just go in the shower and get to work on it, because surely the plug's going to get clogged up.
Yeah, nah, yeah.
Innit? So maybe if you're working with a little 0.5, maybe go in the shower and just work it, because it's a waterproof blade. It's got a cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multi-function on and off switch, can engage a travel lock, and gives you the ability to turn a 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. So to me, the Lawnmower 4.0's got everything for the needs of shaving. So head over to Manscaped today for 20% off plus free shipping is code Fijian. That's 20% off plus free shipping with code Fijian at manscaped.com. It's Smooth Sack Summer, boys. Get on board or get left behind. That's a tongue twister. I'll give them that.
Yeah, that is.
That's a tongue twister, because that hurt me. That hurt my mouth.
Smooth Sack.
We'll start with the channel updates. We got a few channel updates, and Rayne's not going to want me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway, because I feel like in life you need to be pushed to the edge. He talks about being pushed to the edge and uncomfortable and out of his comfort zone. He's not going to like this. He's not. Let's see if he's a tier 1 of the pod, like Buzz say. Like, let's see if he watches the pods. Yeah, because he is going to He talks about his crypto investments. He loves all the financial stuff. People always go up to him outside and they're like, "Oh, Rayne, can you let me know a bit more about crypto? Like, how'd you do this, that?" And he's been trying to find himself again, because he's been helping me with the pod. He's kind of stopped what he's been doing to help me. Obviously, the boy's grateful for that. But I was saying he was going to start making some financial videos for TikTok. And I said, let's go one step further. Let's bring the financial videos to the channel. Make 10-minute videos, 15-minute videos, and just whatever you're going to invest in or whatever you're looking at financially, just like, because he'll come to me sometimes and be like, "Oh, ADA, like this one's going to hit the thing, and this is why, that's why it's doing this and that." I said, just put it into a video.
Yeah.
I think you should just put it into the video for the people. He was going to do it on TikTok, small videos. So that might be the first step, but I'm trying to push him in towards maybe doing like a good 10-minute video.
Yeah, well, if he does the longer video, you can always clip down bits into the TikTok. So
it's just at the minute he don't feel like, he said he feels under... feels like he's not accomplished enough to give his opinion on it.
Yeah, but it's only his opinion at the other day. It's whether the people want to listen and take it on board is their own decision.
I say the people do a vote. I say we put it up, poll it. Would you want to see more financial stuff, crypto stuff? Maybe him talking about what he's going to invest in. You can follow along. Obviously, it's it's his personal decision. So if you don't make the money you think you're going to make, that's down to you. You don't have to follow what he's following. He's just showing you what he's going to do.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'd say you've got to do your own research first.
Yeah,
this is what he would recommend to do your research on. Yeah.
Yeah, you should always do your research, to be fair, because as we know with all the bullshit that's been going on in the world recently, you got to do that fucking research, because people be talking shit. Serious shit. Like, they're bringing out a 4th jab. I don't want to... If you want me to go into it, I'll go into it. Do they want me to go into it? Because I've been having conversations with people, I'm going to get the 4th jab. Health, do what you want. It's your body. I don't mind. Do you ever get it, though? Just one thing on the jab. Tate said something the other day. I was watching a pod, and he did hit the nail on the head. The people kind of know it's all bullshit, because they get so annoyed at the people who don't wear their mask, or if they don't have a jab, or if they're not doing this. They get so annoyed, like regular people, like, well, why haven't you done this? Why haven't you put your mask on? What? You wouldn't get annoyed unless you... I
agree to play devil's advocate there.
Let's do it, man.
Devil's advocate to this, but I think people just do it just because they think maybe there is a chance of them getting it still, which is true.
It is
you
true.
Still have got a chance.
No, 100%. I'm not even saying that. Because to be fair, if there was no vaccines, maybe it could be double, triple, quadruple. We never know, because it didn't happen. We can't say, we can't confirm nor deny, can we?
Yeah, but then I'm looking at it now, like all the policies that have come out now, you can still, if you get COVID, you can still work. You can go into your office, you can go into your, wherever you work, and it's like a cold now. Well, yeah. I look at it like that.
Yeah, well, people are still getting it. See, the man's gone wild. He's took Rayne's place and he started saying wild shit. And now that might have to get edited. I don't know if I will. I might leave it in. Do I have to edit that joke? Because man's just come out with some wild comments. I'm not going to... I'll let the people decide if they can make out what he said. But what else have we got coming? Oh, the football. We're going to be doing the football talk. Yeah. Me and Mike's, we're going to be doing this will just be to Spotify to start off with, unless people really like it and they want it to be on YouTube. But we're just going to start off doing it on Spotify, and it'll be every Monday. Well, we'll be talking on Monday. I'm not sure if it'll come out Monday night or Tuesday morning. Either. We're going to be doing a football talk, and we're just going to be recapping all like the Premier League football, or if there's been any big other games outside of the Premier League every week. Because
Luton as well.
Yeah, Luton. Because when we do the current events, we don't really get to cover it, because we'd film on a Friday just because of all the editing. So we film on a Friday, it gets released the next week. We miss all the football. Yeah. And by that time, it's too late. It's a bit it's not relevant anymore.
Yeah, well, what we can start obviously doing as well is making your predictions on the Friday pod, make a section, and then see how we do on the Monday. Yeah,
100%. And I think people will enjoy the football talk, because Rayne's not really a big football fan, so we don't talk that much on the pod about football. We don't really go in depth. So me and you love football. I'm sure there'll be some good debates on there.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll just get popping with that. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, same,
I'm excited for that, because the Premier, it feels weird with not... There's been no football for a while. Obviously, the women, we'll get onto that in a minute. Did it feel like football? I only watched a bit of the final, and that's it. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't tell a lie. But I'll tell you what, that Ella Toon, she can finish.
Yeah,
that chip. That chip. But so that's what's going to come up on the channel. We're going to do... Rayne's going to do the financial vids, maybe starting on TikTok and then coming to YouTube, like as longer videos as the confidence grows. Me and Mikey are going to be doing the football talks. And then with all of that, there'll still be a weekly pod on top to either having guests on, or we got a ultra marathon runner coming on.
That'd be...
He does 100k, 100,000 kilometers. No, 100 kilometers, not 100,000 kilometers. He does 100-kilometer runs. He just commented on the TikToks that went viral. Liam's one and Jack Whitworth's one. Obviously, he see the Luton scarf and was like, LTFC, commented on it. And I messaged him, and I was looking for his profile, and he does all types of running. Like, he goes abroad and just runs. Like, he'll go to New York and just make a running video. And I was like, that's interesting. Like, we ain't had no one like that's gone that extreme. Like, push the body to the limit like that. That's a 100-kilometer run. What is that like 70 miles?
So there's 80 kilometres to the 50 mile, isn't it? That's the. So what is this about?
80 kilometres to 50 miles. So
Yeah.
what? It's like 60, 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, 70 miles. So that's mad. He lived in Luton. Not that he has to live in Luton, but he's saying he lived in Luton, and he's a big Luton fan, and obviously he's doing good things. So he's going to come on soon. Josh Goodin, we're still trying to nail down a date with him. I thought Mackham was the hardest one to get on, but Josh Goodin is the hardest one to get on. With all the heat and that, we couldn't really do it in the 30-degree heats because it was just it would have been, it gets hot in here anyway. So with 4 men in here and 30 degrees outside, and this room gets that heat, 38 degrees.
That day, wasn't it?
Like it gets wild in here. He said everyone just take the tops off, put swimming shorts on, and just roll with it. I said, listen, the boy's rocking a bit of a dad bod. I need to manscape that stomach.
We could have took it outside, man.
We could have. It's just the wind.
Yeah,
that's the only thing. The wind on the mics. I don't know how the mics will be. Like these are meant for stopping that, but I don't know what it would have been like. T-shirts. We got the new range of T-shirts. Obviously, love for the people buying the T-shirts, supporting. That's the back of them. We got the curious Fijian podcast ones. We got the white ones. This is my one. We got the white ones. We got the blue ones. The blue ones, they won't have the white podcast logo. It'll be black, but they're going to be this sort of style. So if people want T-shirts, we got the face on the front on both tees. If people want T-shirts, just DM me, DM us, DM any of us privately, and just let me know. They're £12 per T-shirt, and we're just giving back to the boys. The boys are putting them out. Get a T-shirt. I like the material. When Frankie brought his ones out,
yeah, they are very nice.
I've still got my team story one now, and it's fresh.
Same.
So Prestige are making them good tees.
Frankie, if you're listening, you need to be giving me my 2 that I've ordered.
Yeah,
Again.
Team story, man. We need them jumpers. They do some nice jumpers as well.
What?
Prestige. Yeah, he's got a Team story jumper that I don't think. I'm not sure if it's released.
It's
the
not
TS
released.
with the shamrock.
One,
yeah. So I'm looking at some jumpers maybe when the winter comes. Maybe
winter
some
comes,
tracks.
Yeah. I love a hoodie.
Some tracksuits.
Yeah.
But that's what we're looking at. Let's jump into the football. So we got the Premier League kicks. Do we start with the women's or do we go?
I think you got to start with the women's, man. You got to give them their credit.
I'll give them flowers. The women done well.
European champions, first trophy.
I can't believe it's their first trophy. I can't believe it because I swear not that long ago, maybe a couple of years ago, they got to like semi-finals of the World Cup and that.
Yeah, they did.
They weren't that bad a couple of years ago, were they?
I think they've always been pretty solid team.
So I'm surprised they haven't won it already. But it's not like people comparing it to the men's though. They're like, oh, they won it before the men. It's a different ball game. It's a bit of a different ball game, and it is. It's not really comparable. Is it comparable?
I think we got to give them their credit, man.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is comparable. Maybe on their level of football, like the good women are good like the men. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's just in their own realm.
Because I didn't think either team didn't look out of their depths there. Like,
Germany when England scored they played some good football to get a goal. They played some good football. Was their striker not injured? Their top goal scorer. She didn't play, did she?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she got injured in the warm-up.
So she didn't play. But Germany looked alright. It was the one game that looked fair.
Yeah.
Because there were some games in there that just... The bottom teams are so shit, though. Like the gap is massive from like the decent teams to the shit teams. It is a big gap. But, yeah, the women look good. And they're probably... I reckon they'll win the World Cup. I reckon they will because I think their teams they're quite young, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got a very good team. But then you're going to play against the likes of Brazil and America, who are also very, very good.
Are they the best too?
Well, America won the World Cup, didn't they?
America have always been good. America have always got good. Canada have got a bit of a good team. They won the Olympics.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they won the Olympics. So Canada have actually got a good team. A few of their players play for PSG and stuff like that. So they've got a good team. England, Germany are going to be back in it.
Brazil are definitely going to be
Women's football's blown up over the last year. Blown up. Because I remember having a debate with Rayne and Dad, like, at the start of the year, talking about women's football, saying, nah, but the men's, like, they couldn't play... Well, you couldn't... There's obviously different genders for a reason, innit? But they couldn't play the men's because the physicality and stuff like that. But from then to now, it's like a different sport. It is huge. It's massive.
It's slowly growing more and more. What they sold out the ticket for their World Cup qualifier already to USA within 24 hours, I think it was. They sold out Wembley.
What we playing USA?
Yeah, for the World Cup qualifiers in a couple months, and they sold out the tickets within 24 hours. Or it was 24 hours or 2 days. They literally released them like this weekend, just gone.
Where are they going to have the World Cup?
Let me have a look.
Because they can't have it in Qatar, surely. Because surely Qatar, they're still they wouldn't let women play, would they? Surely they wouldn't.
It's in New Zealand and Australia.
That's a nice place to play a World Cup. That's a nice place to play. And who the fuck wants to go to Qatar to watch the World Cup? It's shit. It's going to be shit.
It's in winter time as well.
Yeah, and now they're doing it in winter. It's just shit. I feel sorry for the footballers. Because over the last couple of years, with COVID and the season getting postponed, they've not really caught up yet. They haven't, like last season, they played bare games. They haven't caught up. And this season, they've had to start early and they're going to have to probably run late because of the break. They're just fucked. They're fucked. They can't catch up.
Well, I don't know. I think they shouldn't have to do this, but the amount of games they play now, I think maybe clubs like the Premier League should make it a rule that the clubs still have to carry on playing. Just have to, whoever your international players are, will have to just get players brought in, or your youth team.
What, and maybe even for like Champions League and that? They don't really play Champions League over that though, do they?
No, I don't think so. But in rugby, like when they go off to play international duties during the year, and they go to the Six Nations and that, all of the club teams still play.
I like that rule.
I think that would be a good rule. But then the argument to that would be we're in a championship winning side like Liverpool, Man City.
Yeah, but then the counter argument to that would be that they should have good enough youth teams or good enough enough squad players.
Then the youth team and the squad players are still going to be playing against week in, week out first team players if they play the likes of Burnley or Nottingham Forest or something.
True.
But I still think
they should. Even Nottingham Forest have got probably a load of people that are going to be playing internationals though, really.
Well, a lot of the
I feel like a lot of the Premier League players, because you've got to remember the under-21s go at the same time. That's the problem.
Do they?
The under-21s go at the same time. Yeah. That is a problem, because then you're just going to be missing like loads of players. Yeah, it's a hard one, but they need to do something because like you said, I don't mind that if the youth players would have to play, but then if your under-21s are going as well, it's kind of a really big unfair, disadvantage on like the better teams because they're going to have hardly any players, aren't they? But yeah, what'd you do? But yeah, the women's so congratulations. Do you know what else is peak for them? Trophy's dead.
Yeah, it doesn't look too great.
Dead. Even the Premier League women's trophy's dead. Why don't we just have the same trophies?
Yeah.
Why don't we just do that? It's just better. Them trophies are so crap.
Yeah, it did look
That's
crap,
like on FIFA, you know, you used to create a tournament on FIFA and you'd win these trophies and they wouldn't look nothing like trophies. They look like plates.
They just don't look iconic, do they?
They just look shit. But yeah, it's bright things for England because they got a decent team, man.
Young team
they got a decent team.
They got a mixture of old veterans as well that are like...
How old's that Leah Williamson, the captain? She's not that old, is she?
No, I don't think so. I think it wasn't the captain injured.
Yeah, the captain's that
Steph Houghton.
Yeah, the one that played for City. Yeah, she was injured.
Got a different second name now.
Don't think she got back in time for it. But yeah, that Leah Williamson, she's decent, man.
Very good.
Like she's at Arsenal as well, isn't she?
What's the is Beth? Beth
Mead.
Beth Mead. She's good
winner.
as well. Yeah,
decent. What level of men's football do you think they beat?
I'm going to be quiet on that one.
No, just be honest, man. What level of football do you think?
Step 8.
Step 8?
Yeah, they ain't beating nobody.
What? Step 8's like fucking Beds County.
Nah, it's not.
What, are you talking Step 8 from the Prem? Like Step 8 from there?
I reckon they would. I reckon like SML Prem teams would give them a good game.
No, that's fair enough because SML Prem teams are good. But I'm not going to say their name, but a referee that I know said that he reffed women's football, but this was a good couple years ago, and he said that their level is South Midlands Prem. He would say South Midlands Prem, but that was years ago.
But I think it has got better. Don't get me wrong.
Not even reckon Southern League. Say physicality weren't a thing because we're going to say because the physicality, but say physicality, they were both equal physicality. What do you reckon? Just skill.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Then just because they do spend a lot of time playing with a football, but when you watch women's football, this isn't a bad thing or anything, but you can tell the intensity, the pace isn't as high and as intense for the whole 90 minutes as men's football. But then it's hard to say because, until you had to put them up against each other.
Would they maybe shorten the games 80 minutes? But then they wouldn't want to do that because it wouldn't be equal. They wouldn't say it's equal. They'd be like, oh, but why you got one rule for one and one for the other? But then it makes for a better game though, because if they are losing intensity, the game will stay fresh and better. I don't know, maybe.
I'm gonna go a little tangent here. Yeah.
Do it. I like this.
Do you remember? You didn't play in this game, but it was a year 11 school game.
That was my first day though. Year 10. It was year 10. It was my first day there.
And we're playing in a county cup. It was a quarter final or something. And
disclaimer: I don't agree with anything this man done on that day. Just disclaimer.
So we were playing a team, and we turned up, and they had 2 girls in their starting team. Yeah. So I was playing. I think I played centre back that game, and the girl was playing up front. And so most of my team just wouldn't tackle her. They felt a bit not scared, but they didn't know what to do. They hadn't played against girls since 5-6 years ago, and I shouted out like after about 10 minutes, like, tackle her, she's only a girl. And I think I got a red card, or it was a yellow card or a red card for that comment.
It's not a yellow card though. It's not even a dread comment.
Nah, I wasn't saying it in like she's a female, that she's not great at football. I was with
your teammates saying tackle her, she's only a girl. Like fucking, you would say that to a player on the pitch, like a weak player. You'd be like, tackle him, he's fucking tiny.
But yeah, I think the whole team was just mind blown that we're in year 10, like 14, 15-year-old boys playing against 2 females on a pitch. It was pretty funny. That is
mad because that is pretty old.
To be fair, the girl that was playing up front was pretty good as well. Like I shouldn't even for a girl, but yeah, like we was playing against them. If she was playing against fellow girls, I think she'd definitely be like top tier.
She could be playing now, like at a decent level. To be fair, I don't know
her name or anything, but it was pretty mad.
But even like the finishing, they got good finishing. My finishing's pretty dry. And I was comparing it to mine. I was like, I don't reckon I could have done that chip Ella-Toon.
Nah, that composure in a Euro final, you got to give her. Yeah.
That chip was nice, man. She chipped that. She chipped that good.
Yeah, no, I agree. But also as well, is that they obviously spend the same amount of time as men footballers do playing now, training. It's like a proper pro sport. It's become a lot more teams are getting female teams involved. Like Man United recently, in the last 4 or 5 years, brought in a female team as well.
I think Luton put something out about the female team.
Luton have had a female
They've always
team,
had a female team, but I don't know how directly linked it was to like the first team. Like same training facilities, same this, same that. I don't know how.
I still don't think it is, but I know.
I see they put something up the other day though.
Oh, interesting.
About it, like they said, because Lina shared it, and I didn't really read it. I'm not gonna lie, but I seen something about women's football there, and something about women. Maybe they're linking it up. I don't know.
No, I think it's on the rise. I think it is on the rise.
I'll throw a little curveball in here. I'm not being dread, but do you think now a lot of teams are jumping on it because they see money opportunity? Because Liverpool announced, or Man City announced, that for the derby, the Manchester derby, like the women's version, that they're gonna play it in the stadium. And as soon as they announced it, Liverpool announced it for their derby. Then another team announced it. So, do you think they actually care and they're like, oh no, we're doing it for women? Or do you think they're just like, I see money here? Like Luton have just come out saying they're going to start up their women's team again. Are they doing that because they really care? Are they doing that because they think, oh, we could make a couple quid here?
I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Because I feel like like I said, the football game as a whole for women's is becoming a lot better. They're getting more television rights for the money sort of thing. They're playing in bigger stadiums. But the quality of football is also getting better. So it's a bit of both. It would be a bad thing if they didn't invest in it.
No, it's just a little. It's good to have discussion like that. What do we go on to? You got a man of the match for the week.
We'll get to that. Let's stay on football.
We'll get to that at the end. We'll do our man of the matches at the end.
Let's go to Premier League. First game will start in 45 minutes from now.
Did we not talk about the Premier League?
Nah. It was just about the women's football.
I swear I thought we spoke about the men's. Fucking hell, we spent their time on that.
Yeah.
Well, what is the time on it? Can you see it?
Nah. I'll have a look in a minute.
Yeah, fucking Premier League. Arsenal, Crystal Palace. I think Arsenal are going to fucking batter them. I know they've got a shit record at the start of the season. I sat here and said it. I said if Arsenal sign Jesus Zinchenko, strengthen up a bit like that, they're going to be in the running. I think they're going to be in the running for top 4.
They've looked very good in pre-season.
Fucking unreal.
But I'm going to go the opposite to you. I think Crystal Palace are going to beat them. They're just their team, their bogey team. And I think Crystal Palace are going to come out.
I think this is a new Arsenal, though.
Do you think?
I think this old thing of Arsenal, like, they haven't got the mentality, they've not got this. I think this is a new Arsenal. I think they've built a new team here. I think you get rid of a Xhaka, who's just reckless and who really don't give a fuck, and you got these new players. You got Odegaard, what's that centre-back's name? Gabriel was he scored the most goals. Ramsdale. You've kind of just formed a team of people that are not really the ones who have come through from Arsenal, who haven't got that mentality because they're young, like a Saka, Smith Rowe. They're hungry. They want the ball. They want to go. A lot of these players are not really been. This is like a fresh team. Jesus has got something to prove.
Yeah, the morale looks good there.
Yeah, morale does look good. They've just Odegaard's now the captain.
Yeah,
it's a new Arsenal, and I thought this last season when I watched them, and I heard the crowd, and I just heard them like chanting, like going mental, and I was like, Arsenal never really sounds like that. It's called the Library. It's called the Library for a reason, because they don't sing. Yeah. And they were going mental. And I was like, this feels different about Arsenal. There's a different feel to Arsenal. Tottenham are obviously going to be good. They're going to be up there. Because I think people are shitting on their signings. Oh, they've made shit signings. I don't think they have. I think they've made good signings.
They've not Perisic, Jed Spence.
Yeah, Jed Spence is such a good signing.
Basuma.
Yeah.
Oh, their team is going to be very good.
Yeah, very good. And you got to think... people were like, yeah, but they don't. Which one of them get in the starting 11? Yeah, but you got to remember, Tottenham finished so strong at the end of the season. They finished strong. Their starting 11's all right. They've just added pieces to the puzzle, like squad players. Bang, bang, bang. If someone gets injured, you chuck a Richarlison in. You chuck a Perisic in. They're people that are going to do jobs for you.
Perisic he can play left wing, left back.
Left wing back. That's what I mean. He's a good player. I know he's a bit old and he's probably not going to be the best, but he's still a good squad rotational player. That Kudoveski is just quality. He's fucking quality. Son ended the season strong, one of the best players. Harry Kane actually ended the season strong. So with a good pre-season and all these... I don't know what Lenglet's like from Barcelona. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen much of him. Jed Spence is quality. I don't care if he played in the Championship and he's not proven himself. He was quality in the Championship last year.
I think he'll be really good in the Prem as well.
I think he will. He's direct. He runs at people. He goes at people. He's good. He's a good player. Who else did they sign? Richarlison's just a dick. I just don't like him. But he's not the worst player. He ain't. But he's not the best player. But he's not the worst. He fucking do a job and he's aggressive.
They don't need... Like, they just need somebody that possibly can play games, score them a few goals, assist. They've got Harry Kane and Son to do all the rest for them. Yeah.
Chelsea look like they crumbled. I know it's pre-season, but you can judge a team off of pre-season because they've not had a strong pre-season. And even their manager's saying...
I think they'll do all right.
Do you reckon?
Well, yeah, they've just signed Cucurella today, haven't they?
Who?
Cucurella.
Who the fuck is that?
The left back from Brighton that Man City wanted, but they just wouldn't pay the money.
Yeah, who is this mophead? I keep seeing him.
He's good.
Is he good?
Yeah,
I haven't seen much of him. I just
yeah.
keep seeing his name coming about, and now he wants a transfer fee. And I'm
53 million, I think.
No one
they
even
paid.
fucking knows you, brother.
Yeah, no, he is good. He is good, and I think people have slept on how good the Sterling signing is, man.
Yeah, but I think he'll be good, and I do want to touch on City quick. Are we done with Chelsea? You done?
Yeah.
You're done with Chelsea. I do want to touch on City. I think Haaland's going to be so good for them, yeah. But I'm watching that game the other day, yeah. He's a generational talent. He's going to score goals regardless. I'm not saying that, but they played different to how they usually play. They're crossing the balls from they don't ever go down the wings and cross the balls in. They were going down the wing and crossing the balls in. I've never seen them do that. It's like they changed the way they play because they've got a big, tall number 9 in the box. And I think, like a Grealish, they shouldn't have got rid of Sterling. They should have got rid of Grealish because he does not fit. They've put a black box on a fucking Aston Martin and said, you're only doing 30s on this road. Take the fucking black box off of him. He needs to be a free roam player. He needs to be just left to do what he wants. Obviously, De Bruyne has that at City, so you can't just come... He's not going to come in and take De Bruyne's free roam. He needs to be in a team where it's centred around him and he can do what he wants. You're free roam. If you get back if you need to, but just hit every area you can. And he can't do that at City because he's got to play in a system and he has to play a certain way. He can't take too many touches. How can you tell? It's like driving an Aston Martin and just keeping it in fucking 30 and saying you can't go 100.
Yeah. No, I agree. Also, I feel like, what is their strongest squad? Because I know they've always been a rotational team that rotate their squad a lot. But if you, just a quick one, what would be your starting 11 if you was Pep right now? Goalkeeper, obviously. Edison.
I wouldn't have got rid of Zinchenko. Unless Zinchenko really wanted to go. I wouldn't have got rid of him.
Because they haven't got a left back, have they?
They used him so much last season because Kyle Walker gets injured every fucking year. He's off them steads.
They're gonna be playing Cancelo.
He's off them steads.
Cancelo left back, aren't they?
I don't want to jump. We'll talk about this, but I got a question for you as well about the steroids after. You got to say Cancelo is the left back though, isn't he?
Well, he's not a left back. He's a right back.
But he can play both though. He does play both though, doesn't he?
Kyle Walker right back.
And Ruben Diaz and Stones, isn't it?
Yeah, Laporte's injured, isn't he?
Yeah,
at the moment?
I still would put Stones over.
What would be your midfield then? Because that's an interesting one.
Rodri. What do they normally play? What do they play? 4-3-3.
Yeah,
Rodri, De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva, innit? And then but then I don't know. It's weird because I like Gundogan. But then you need Bernardo Silva in the team.
Right wing?
But Mahrez,
yeah. They've just got so many good
left
players,
wing,
haven't they?
Grealish. Foden. Oh my God, I forgot Foden. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard. It's such a hard... But this is what I mean. Does Haaland... He just loves playing with no striker. His team, the way they set up is like... Jesus was a perfect piece of the puzzle because he kind of plays as like a false nine.
Yeah, like That's why I think he will suit Arsenal very well.
Yeah, he will. But Haaland's just... He will score goals. He will. It's just, does he really fit into their team? Do you know what I mean? Does he really fit into their team? Because they've started to... If they play how they played the other day, they're going to fucking lose tomorrow against West Ham or the next day, whenever the game is. I can see West Ham turning them over. I'm going to say it here. West Ham win that game.
I think it's going to be a whitewash. I think it's going to be 3-4-0.
City?
Yeah.
We're on two ends of the scale, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think West Ham are building something decent. I think West Ham are turning them over. City looked really weird. And City have started the season quite weak the last couple of years.
They have, yeah.
They have started. They've kind of dropped points somewhere at the start.
All right, we'll finish off with your top 4 predictions, and then you can go into what you wanted to say about the
steroids.
Yeah.
Right, a quick one on Man United.
Oh yeah, go on. Give Man United. Yeah.
They look good in pre-season. I see a couple of their goals they scored. They look decent. I can't stand the slack Ronaldo's getting. Leave him alone. If it weren't for him, we would have finished bottom half of the table. I'm telling you, we would have finished past 12th. We were so shit. If it weren't for his goals, we would have been no better without him. We'd have been no better without him.
Yeah, I don't think they're moaning about that, like the aspect of him playing and how good he is. I think they're moaning at the fact that he doesn't want to be at the club.
No, but I agree with him. The club's fucking bringing him down, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. But then you got to look at it as well. He is 37. He is coming towards the latter part of his career. I'm not going to say end because it's Ronaldo. You never know when he's going to finish up, and he's still bagging 18 goals in the Prem. Me personally, I'd still keep him around. Because I don't think Martial is good enough to be your number one striker.
Neither.
But then again, if he has a season like he did a few years back where he got, 15, 16 goals, it might fit into the...
In all competitions, though.
No, this was in the Prem.
Just in the Prem, he got 15, 16 goals.
I think it was 14, 15 goals, 16. It's the season where Rashford got about the same as well.
When Ollie first took over.
Yeah, I think Rashford's going to be really good this season.
I think Rashford will. I think Rashford's is just a confidence thing. I think Donny van der Beek's going to be good. Christian Eriksen's going to be good, but then I just don't know how you fit all these players in.
I think the thing with Man United, I don't think we've got enough depth in our team, but I feel like at least we're going to have an identity of how we play football.
I think Van der Beek starts CDM. He's been playing CDM in pre-season.
Yeah, because we haven't got an out-and-out
not a ball playing.
No, because Fred's a number 8. Like that's his position when he plays for Brazil. Like he is a number 8, not a CDM.
Yeah, so I think Van der Beek's going to pick the ball up and turn and play it forward. I think he's going to be that player.
Because it doesn't look like we're getting De Jong.
No, but why are we even focusing on him anymore?
Yeah.
Like, go for Ruben Neves. He's half the price.
Yeah.
He's half the price.
And he's
I'll just go for
footballer.
Ruben, and he's Prem proven. It's a weird one, that.
Yeah.
The De Jong thing. I don't know why they're hanging. Why do they even want? This is the reason why they're in this situation.
I think it's
because players that don't want to be
it.
there. The Di Marias, the Pogbas, the Sanchez's.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Top 4 predictions.
Yeah. It doesn't have to. Well, we're going to give you winners, and then you don't have to put the others in order.
Winners. Do you know what it is? Yeah, my head tells me like Man City or Liverpool, but there's something in me that's saying I think they're going to be an underdog.
You reckon? Yeah. Interesting.
But then I don't at the same time because it's just who's proved themselves. It's so hard to give a prediction. If I had to go, City did not look good the other day though. But they look very good in their other pre-season game. That's what I think people are forgetting as well. I didn't watch none of the other pre-season.
I've looked at their
games.
highlights. They do look good.
I'm going to go City, Liverpool. City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal.
Cool. I'm City, Liverpool, Spurs, and then Chelsea. I think, and then Arsenal. Arsenal and Chelsea are going to be very close again. I just don't think they're going to make it again, Arsenal.
There's a lot of... I'll tell you what's going to be good about this season. There's a lot of competition for the Champions League. A lot of competition.
Yeah.
You've even got the West Hams in that lurking about. Who might not... They're probably not going to get it, but they will push you to the last game like this season. So that'll be good. Obviously, Man United, I think, are going to be a lot stronger. Chelsea are going to be good again because they've got pretty much the same team. So they're going to be up there and thereabouts. Arsenal looks strong. Tottenham fucking looks strong. It's going to be good. I could even see Tottenham pushing a bit more, like for seconds.
Because didn't Harry Kane have a really bad start to the season last year, and he didn't score in like
ages.
8 games or something?
He had a really bad start to the
season. If he gets a good start and Son's booming, I reckon they'll be... I don't think City are going to be like... You know how like normally they start running away with it towards Christmas?
Yeah.
Them and Liverpool. I think it's going to be a lot closer, like a lot...
Well, like Liam George was saying, Tottenham just have the formula to beat Man City.
Yeah.
They kind of beat them quite a bit over the last couple of years, haven't they?
Well, they beat them 3 times last year, didn't they? 2-3 times?
Two times definitely, because they done them twice in the league, I think.
Yeah. Conte's a good fit for them, I think.
He is a good fit. And they're spending, so... For the man of the matches of the week, obviously, this is the segment we like to give praise for something good or something that's happened, maybe something personal that's happened, and you just think it's a good thing. Like, it could be anything. So, have you got anything?
No, you can start.
You want me to
have
start?
a little think of mine.
I have the floor. Obviously, this week's been a week I've been alone a lot this week. Obviously, I haven't been working as much because I can't pass my CSCS test for some reason. Which, yeah, it's embarrassing. People say it's common sense. I don't think it's common sense, but first time I ever done it, I passed it first time, and this time, maybe because I didn't think I'd have to do it again, hadn't been revising as much, and I just froze up on the test. So I haven't been at work on site until I get the CSCS done. Hopefully, once I've passed it, or when I pass it, this will be the last time I have to do it, because I'm aiming for the stars. So my shout out of the week is to being alone and just being with self, because I've had an alright time with myself. I'm not gonna lie. I've kind of sat down, relaxed, and actually had a think about certain things. And sometimes you need to just. I've even had to set a limit on Instagram, because I've been catching myself.
What have you set it to?
40 minutes
per day.
Yeah. Which
That's still
no. 40 minutes is still kind of long, but I have to go on there to put things up.
Oh yeah.
So it's. I just don't want to get caught in that scroll. So 40 minutes I've limited myself, but yeah, just other things, just being with self. So my shout out of the week is just being with self, just being with yourself. Setting little small targets, little goals. I feel like I've got away from that a little bit. I haven't set as much targets, or maybe I need to start writing down my goals again, just to show myself that sort of direction of where I'm going to go and where I need to go and where I need to be. I need to read a bit more.
Stick them up on the walls.
Yeah, stick them up on the walls.
Like you used to do.
He's referring basically in the old house when I used to live in Farley. Now looking back, I weren't even fat.
Nah, you weren't.
I weren't even fat, because I see some of the videos of myself, and I put these things, and I just wrote on the ceiling like "lose weight, you fat shit," and like some other shit.
It worked though. Like you did.
Yeah, I did. It does, because you see it every day. I feel like if you embed something in your head every day, that's why they say you should write your goals down every day, because it just embeds it into you. And there's something about putting it on paper. Like even with the CSCS, when I'm revising, if I get a question wrong, I'll write it down in my notes. Because I watched something the other day, and Tim Kennedy, he was talking about when he was in the UFC, and he every time he'd get a cut, he wouldn't take the anaesthetic to get stitched up, because he said he wanted to feel the pain, because he had made a mistake, so he needed pain for that mistake. Like, do you know? It can't be one for one.
The doctor didn't want to do it.
Yeah, the doctor didn't want to do it. Yeah, and he used to just take the stitching because he needed pain, because he made a mistake. So that's how I feel. Like, I don't want to write, if I get 7 questions wrong in a 50-mark test, I don't want to write them all out. So I write them all out because it's pain. You have to feel some sort of pain for getting it wrong, and it makes it stick in your head. But yeah, just being with self. And some people get scared of being on their own. They don't like being on their own. They need company from people. And I've just had a decent time. I've tried to keep myself active, do a lot more with the podcast. I made a little banner. It looks a bit B-Tech. I kind of don't think it's that bad. I think it was a good attempt. But yeah, being with self.
Me, yeah. So over the last week, I think I watched a couple of documentaries, and the one that stood out for me, I don't know, it just come up on my feed, but it's funny enough that we had the podcast with Liam about the ice bath, and he was talking about him then, Wim Hof, the Iceman.
Yeah.
I watched the documentary about him, and he inspired me really. Like, this guy is amazing, the stuff that he done. I didn't really know much about him before watching it, and he's a motivating person. If you haven't seen him, go and have a look at his videos. But he's just done some incredible things, some things that people didn't think were possible, and he's proved them wrong.
What is the documentary for people looking for it? What is it? What is it called? Is it I know he done a show with like Wes Nelson and that were on it.
I couldn't even tell you what it was called. I literally come across it and just clicked on it. I'll find it, and I'll send it. You put it in.
I'll link it up. Yeah, I'll link the photo of it up.
But yeah, he's a pretty amazing guy to be fair.
What sort of things did you find out about him?
Well, from the ice bath that we did the other day. Obviously, I had a look into it and just come across. But like he's all about breathing and meditating and stuff like that. But he walked up to the point of what's the mountain? Mount Everest, like the point where you shouldn't in just shorts and barefoot.
That's mental, isn't it?
And scientists were saying no, it's going to be crazy, you're going to die, sort of thing. He did it. He also done a 50-metre swim under ice that was like ridiculous. It was, I think the first attempt he'd done, he actually swam past it and come close to passing out, and he managed to get out and was like near enough unconscious. But he did it again, and it was pretty crazy. And he just does he does extreme stuff that the human body shouldn't be able to do.
It's so mad, isn't it, that you can push yourself that far in your brain.
Yeah, and
you can push yourself so far in your own brain, and you never. That's what I mean. Sometimes you have to actually just
do it.
There's sometimes where I'm painting and I'll look at something and be like, I can't get to that. I can't reach it. That's too high. I need to step on something. Then you actually dip your brush in and you reach it and you make it, and you're like, oh, all I need to do is try. All I need to do is try. Like sometimes when you see something or envision something, it's not possible. But when you try it and you do it, it's like, oh, that was a lot easier, or that was more possible than I thought. And maybe people just need to do a lot more. That's a good.
Yeah, and I think going back to him just briefly is he also is like a motivational speaker, and he helps people that suffer from mental health issues and other stuff. But he brings them on a journey as well. He has shows where he brings these people on a journey with him, and they do all the stuff. Like they might not do it to an extreme, but they actually talk about how it actually does help them.
Yeah.
So if anybody is interested, I will get the link and put it below.
I'll put it up on here. Might even link it in the description if people are looking for it.
Yeah.
But we're just interrupting this podcast for a quick sponsorship break. This sponsor is a sponsor we use ourselves. You don't get the best logos or thumbnails unless you head over to our brother at Ollie D Graphics on Instagram. He does everything, ranging from logo designs, illustrations, animations, and much, much more. Head over to his Instagram, shoot him a little DM, say the Fijian sent you, or the Ginge. He might even chuck in a little extra. With excellent customer service, brilliant pricing, it really, really is a no-brainer. All his links are in the description, whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to us on Spotify. And now we get back with the pod. Thank you. Any little current events? Anything? Do you know what? I do want to make a little quick shout out, because if people like podcasts, yeah, go and watch Bussin' with the Boys. One of them's a professional NFL player, and the other one is kind of he's like a journeyman. He's not a journeyman because he played in the league a long time, but now he's a journeyman at the end of his career. He kind of gets brought in just for like special teams and stuff like that. But their podcast is so good, man. It's so good, and watching them, it's weird, yeah, because watching them go from like nothing to getting like, now they've got,
because you've been watching them for a while,
for a couple years. Yeah, I just come across one of their videos and just went back and started watching them, and they've started to do like, now they've got like 200,000 subscribers. I don't know, man. It just gives me hope for what this is going to be like. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just keep going and keep grinding it, because it's taken them a couple years. Yeah, and now they're doing like, they're taking their bus to camps, like Green Bay's camp. They're a big team in the NFL, and they've taken their bus there, and they're doing like interviews with the players and making small videos there and stuff like that. Sort of what we done with Liam George the other day.
Yeah.
It just gives me hope to think like, fucking hell, like this is like, the journey's going to be good. Like there's going to be some good things coming. And to be fair, if it weren't for their pod, like they speak about, they have a lot of people on, like players who get deep. They get deep, man. They get gritty. And you listen to these sort of people speak, and it's like, yeah, man. Yeah, they're good. I really like listening to them. I recommend anyone to go and give them a watch. They're funny. They get deep. And that's how I got the man of the match thing from, like maybe giving a shout out to someone who's done something good, because they do their shout out of the week. Obviously, I can call it shout out of the week because they called their shout out of the week.
I've got another little shout out of the week, actually. So one of my ex-colleagues that I work with, I'm still friends with him outside of work. I see on social media that his girlfriend, actually, speaking of NFL, is playing American football for Team GB. I think they just beat Canada.
Yeah.
Women's, yeah. They literally, like, a couple of days ago.
What's it, like Olympics or Commonwealth?
I'm not sure if it was Commonwealth. I'm not sure what it's for, but it was Team GB versus Canada, and I didn't even realise she played for them, to be fair, but they beat them. I think it might have been the first time they beat Canada, and so it was like, shout out her.
Yeah, that's wicked, man. That's good shit. And you get a bit of like, you get to give give praise to someone else doing something good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I got another message today about the pod. Someone saying they just love it, they really enjoy it, it really relates with them, and they're just happy and all of this. And she was just she does taekwondo. Maybe we'll get her on one day. She's like a third Dan black belt, something like that.
Wow.
In taekwondo. So maybe get her on one day and speak about her achievements and accolades. And that's what I mean. There's no limit on who can come on and who can't come on. You don't have to have a following. You don't have to have
to be fair,
as long as you're doing something good or positive, then maybe we haven't had on and it's interesting and we'll find it. Like, I don't mind.
I could possibly ask him to ask his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, because I think they're playing USA in a couple weeks.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And they're local as well, so.
Yeah, no, we'll it's good to have different sorts of people on and stuff like that, because it's different mindsets, different mentalities, isn't it? But yeah, Bottom of the Boys, yeah. Like, now they're interviewing Aaron Rodgers, who's like did he win the MVP 3 times in a row, 2 times in a row? I'm not sure. I think he might have won the MVP twice in a row, 2 years in a row. So he's one of the biggest quarterbacks in the NFL, and they just interviewed him, and I'm thinking they've gone from, and I caught them, they weren't like low when I caught them. They were quite big, maybe 10,000 subscribers, maybe. But the more subscribers you get, the more they kind of got out there.
Opportunities you get,
like they started going to college football teams and doing videos. Like, it's good, man. It's really good. So I just it kind of comes to the thing, like, people just subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, and I know it's hard to subscribe because I get caught in it all the time. Like, sometimes, like I said, I didn't even used to sign in with YouTube. Obviously, now I sign in with YouTube. I try, if there's content. You know, you get hooked into a video and you did like the video, just leave it a like.
Well, going back to Instagram, how easy is it just to tap on the screen to like someone's photo? So you can do the exact same thing.
Because you view it, you may as well, if you did like it. Like, I wouldn't force anyone, if you didn't enjoy it, don't like it. Like, I'm happy with that. But if you didn't enjoy it, you wouldn't even still be on it after. Like,
also, as well, I think people shouldn't hesitate to leave a comment what they would like to see or what they think we could do better.
Yeah, 100%.
Just to progress.
Yeah, 100%.
We're always open. Well, yeah, you're always open for
progression,
positive criticism at the end of the day. Yeah.
No, I think you need criticism, because if everyone is just a yes man, or everyone just agrees with everything you say and then goes back and doesn't agree with it, just be honest.
For sure.
Like, if you think we don't talk enough about one thing, if you think we're biased to one thing, if you don't agree with us about what we said about women's sport, this, that, the football, you think Haaland's going to go out there and score 100 goals this season, like, just say it. Like, I like healthy debate. That's why I liked earlier in the pod when you turned around and you said,
devil's advocate.
Yeah, I'm going to play devil's advocate here, because, hey, the boy ain't really agreeing with you. I like that. Yeah. Because I feel like you need that. And do you know who's good at that? Liam George.
Yeah, he is.
Linus as well. But he'll turn around and say, listen,
even if they do agree with you, they always have a good point for the other side, which I feel like people, because a lot of people have their opinion and don't want to take on the other side.
Yeah. No, 100%.
It's always good to hear the other side, though.
You have to have a... you can't be married to an opinion. You should have your own opinion, but maybe be like,
open for it to...
Yeah, I can hear you out. Like, I'll hear what you have to say, and maybe it could sway my mind. I feel like that's where a lot of the problems come from nowadays, though, with all the arguments and the division and stuff like that. That people don't really have an open mind.
And people also take one bit of what someone said and believe or manipulate it into one thing.
Yeah.
And don't actually get the concept.
That's what I mean. Someone said to me earlier, like, the problem is that I have an opinion and you have an opinion, but that doesn't mean either of us are wrong. Like, it doesn't mean my opinion's wrong or your opinion's wrong. Unless there's stone cold facts and what you're saying is just outrageous. But, like, say if you had an opinion on railway strikes and the person who's striking had an opinion, that don't mean anyone's wrong.
Why did you pick that analogy?
No, because that's what he was talking about, because he works for the railway. But it doesn't mean that either one side's wrong. You both just have different opinions.
Yeah.
Like, and that's fine.
And people need to learn to accept other people's opinions, even if they don't agree with them.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, yeah.
And control the controllables. Like, I do it all the time. I get so frustrated with things that I can't control. So frustrated. Why are they talking about this? Why the fuck are they doing this? People are so dumb, this and that. No, just why do I care?
And why are you getting bothered about?
Yeah, and why is it
someone else,
bothering me what someone else is doing? Because I can't change what someone else is doing. I can only change what I'm doing. I can only control the direction of my ship. I can't control the direction of that.
Yeah.
And this is even for the closest people to you. They will do what they want to do at the end of the day. Like, yeah, the closest people to you, maybe you should give advice or your opinion if they ask for it, whatever. That's fair enough. But, yeah, why get frustrated about something that Newsbeat's talking about on the fucking radio? I can't control that. But then I don't want to turn it off because it's just long to go and turn it off.
It is hard though sometimes because you can't just deflect yourself from the situation.
You do get
worked up.
You do get caught up.
I can't look at Twitter after a football weekend because I think it's ridiculous some of the opinions people have.
See,
that does irate me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not really on Twitter a lot. I don't go on there to look at shit. I go on there to look at dumb shit. If someone sends a video in the group chat, that's about it. Other than that, don't really go on Twitter. So I'm kind of happy about it because Twitter's kind of where it's at for that shit about opinions and that. Twitter's kind of Twitter's where it's at for that. But that's what I'd say to the people. Because we just went on a rant there, man. Fucking, I was doing the subscribing and shit like that. Yeah, just like, subscribe. The subscriptions is important, people, because the more subscriptions, the more I keep saying it every week, but the more we can actually do with the channel, because it gives us a bit more freedom, flexibility, and the more we get out there to people. So if you do actually enjoy the content and you do like watching us and you love what we're doing, you love the message you're spreading, just subscribe if you haven't, because I'm trying to get to 500 for the end of the year. That's the target I set myself when I first started. So I think we will make it. We're on nearly 300 at the minute. So just keep subscribing, share it to a friend if you think they've got, if they would like it, or they've got the same sort of opinions as you think they might, whatever. And just keep being great, people. Keep shooting for the stars. And yeah.
That's good. You got anything else?
No, I think I'll wrap it up on that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
First solo pod, so leave a like for that. Leave a comment for the solo pod.
Fits into your week then, doesn't it? Like
the what?
You said you've been by yourself.
Yeah, and I'm doing the pod on my own. Yeah, hey. But well, not completely. I don't know if I could do it on my own.
Well, yeah, because you kind of need a bit of an interaction. It's not like you're telling someone like. I suppose you could.
Maybe I could.
Yeah, it'd just be a different type of podcast, wouldn't it? You'd need to set out everything.
Yeah, you'd have to have a proper schedule, but we'll talk about that another day, maybe. Yeah. So you'll see us Tuesday anyway.
Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah.
So peace, people.
Peace.